Hey everybody, Corey Noel, the veteran trainer here, and today is not a training video. Today we're gonna walk through and talk through the office, all right? My home gym. I'm gonna take you through everything that I've assembled here over the past year and a half-ish to where it is today, all right? I'm gonna talk about the places where I found the best deals. I'm going to talk about where I got certain items. I'm going to talk to you about kind of places maybe you want to avoid or places that you also need to be aware of, okay, or aware of the little hidden details in certain areas that you're going to find stuff, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you. If you're asking about certain equipment or you want questions about certain equipment, again, leave a comment and hopefully I can help you out, all right? Again, this is my home gym. This is not saying this is what you need to do. I'm just gonna point out everything that I bought, where I got it, all right? And hopefully you find it helpful, okay? Enjoy. All right, so first thing I'm gonna talk to you about is my dumbbell collection, okay? First thing you notice, they're not all the same color. So I did not buy these from a box store, all right? Some of them are rubber coated. Majority of them are the cast iron, you know, and which for me, I prefer, okay? I'm old school like that. I like that steel, all right? That dense feeling, you know, and they're rock solid, okay? These things are rock solid, all right? So there are some of them I found on Amazon. Okay, some of them I even went to Canadian Tire when they had a super duper sale, and I cashed in some Canadian Tire money to help cover the cost because they're a fortune. Some of them, most of them, sorry, I found on Marketplace. One of the best places you're gonna find everything I pretty much show you here today is going to be Marketplace. All right, I'll just hit that right now. Marketplace, if you monitor that place on a daily, or you even set up some notifications, people are selling stuff on there all the time. All right, and the best thing about Marketplace is that you can wheel and deal. You know, someone's selling something for 100 bucks, you throw in hey, I'll offer you 80. 9 times out of 10, they're taking that, okay? Because they just want to get rid of it. They just want fast cash. And people are asking outrageous prices for them nowadays. You know, people are trying to sell them upwards of $2.50 to $3 a pound. And that's just disgusting. Okay, so in my opinion, besides if you're shopping Marketplace and you stumble across people who are selling dumbbells, always try to offer a lower price to get yourself a better deal. And another thing too is that a lot of these people are selling sets of dumbbells, you know, and it seems pretty crazy the prices that they're asking, right? Like they'll be selling a set of 5 to 50 for 2,000 bucks. Say. Well, you know, don't be afraid to offer them for like 1 or 2 sets of dumbbells. You know, you just want 10s and 15s. Ask, doesn't hurt to ask. All right, I've done it several times. People said, well, I don't really want to break up the set, but okay, I'll take this much for that. And then I counter offered that, you make a deal. So again, Marketplace is gonna be one of your best places if you're looking for rubber hex, steel hex, old school dumbbells, okay? To further that, my dumbbell rack, all right? I hunted a lot of places trying to find a dumbbell rack. All over some of the websites like Treadmill Factory, Fitness Avenue, I think was some of the other ones, Amazon. And I wanted something specific, like the large one you see here. A lot of the ones we're selling were like the 3-foot ones, right? So this here is 7 feet long. I put together a plan. I came up with a list of material. I went down to the metal shop and I bought $150 worth of steel. All right. A friend of mine has a welder. There you go. I got an instant dumbbell rack. Okay. And to top it off, a buddy of mine had horse mats for horse stables. I used those, cut them up into strips, and that's what the actual dumbbells sit on. So for under $200, these things, for something similar to this, you're looking $800 plus before shipping if you're gonna buy it online, okay? So here, I'm just giving you a better angle. It's just simply L channel, you know, with this 3/4 inch rubber that I cut to fit just to ease the dumbbells and not beat the hell out of them so much, putting them off and on the rack, okay? And then I have some square tubing welded in the middle to reinforce that. Let me remove these. And then you can get an idea. Okay, so it's just square channel on the end. Again, with angle, just reinforcing it. And just a leg that extends. So it's just a single arm with the rows counterbalancing each other. And it's at the right angle where it doesn't tip over, right? Working awesome. And then you can see, as a storage idea, I just got some metal self-tapping screws. I put these hooks on them from the dollar store. And my 7-foot Olympic bar fits on there fine. And it's out of the way, okay? Just another storage idea, man. I've got 16 sets of dumbbells on there, just to give you an idea. And again, showing you what I got here. 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 17 and a half, 20, 22, or sorry, 25, 30. 35, 40, and then increase by 10s along the bottom up to 80. All right? And that is more than solid enough to hold all that weight. All right? So again, for under $200, you can make yourself a kick-ass dumbbell rack. So my next thing is there's this product called PlateMate. And what they are is they're either 1.25 pounds or 2.5 pounds, and they're magnetic. Okay, so the beauty of having the steel or the cast steel dumbbells is they just slap on the side, so you could get that 5-pound increment instead of having to fork out a fortune to buy another set of dumbbells that's just the 5-pound increments. All right, they are still somewhat pricey. They're in that $70 to $80 range, $70 to $90 range on Amazon. Okay, but magnetized, and they stay really well. The magnets are really strong. So I've used them. I really like them, and they work really, really good. So for the fraction of the cost of buying more dumbbells, PlateMate is the way to go if you want to do that 5-pound increments in between. All right, so next, I'm going to talk to you about my plates. All right, you may think initially that these are bumper plates. They're actually not bumper plates. These are just a urethane solid core plate. So I'll take one off here. And as you can see, we got this steel center right here. And that, I believe, I'm not exactly sure how large it is, but inside this, the urethane is molded around a steel plate, all right, to give it the added weight to get them to the desired weight that they want, all right? So this brand here is called Everyday Essentials, and I got them at Walmart, online, Walmart Canada, okay? I researched everywhere because they're so expensive. They are so expensive, okay? And no matter where you buy them, pretty much. And then I just happened to stumble upon these on Walmart. And I had to question the cost because I was blown away at how much cheaper they were compared to some of the big names like Rogue and I don't know. Anyway, there's so many out there that cost a fortune, okay? But even though they're a fraction of the cost, I'm impressed to hell at how great and how well these have stood up for how long I've had them. I've had them for about a year or so now. And, you know, but besides a little marring and a little maybe getting some dirt rubbed on them, they're awesome, okay? Very pleased, very pleased. So I think it was, can't remember the math, I think it was 340 pounds worth was what I purchased. So I got 4 10s, 4 15s, 4 25s, 2 35s, and 2 45s. And it was under $700. But I think with tax included, it was still around $900, you know, and like there's some places, man, you might get 4 plates for that price, right? So I got 340 pounds it was like under $700, Walmart Canada online before tax, all right? Delivered to my door. Drove in the driveway and there was a pallet with every single one of these individually packaged sitting on my driveway. All in individual cardboard packaging, open it up, and then it was plastic, in a plastic bag with packaging lube. So they were in fantastic shape when I first got them, brand new. Love it. I was so excited, man. And I'm pleased every time I use them. Love them. Okay, so check out Walmart Canada, everyday essentials. All right, the urethane solid core. Yeah, correction to my last, it was 360 pounds. I just double checked my math. I knew I was off. So 360 pounds, and it was $700 before tax, just under $700, right? Awesome deal. All right, so the next item I want to talk to you about is my benches, okay? So here we go. I got 2 of them right now, and one of them is this one here. I'll start with this one here, the little one. Okay? So this is, it's called Flybird, and this was on Amazon. What I liked about this immediately is fully adjustable. You got a quick pin release, and all it is securing it when it's in place. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adjustments at all the different angles that you require to do the various exercises. And just to secure it in place is a simple pin there. All right. Same thing for the front. You can see here, it's adjustable as well. It's got 4 different positions. You pull the safety pin out, adjust it to where you want it, just slide the pin back in. Okay. That I found on Amazon. And this was under $200. I think it was $169, and it was Prime. So I'm not gonna tell you it was free delivery, but it was Prime. So I didn't pay a lot to get it to the house. Again, delivered right to my door. All right. This great starter bench, you know, great starter bench. It's done everything I've needed it to do and more. Okay. So I've done heavy bench pressing sitting on this thing, heavy shoulder presses, you know, all my bent over dumbbell rows using this. This thing has been great. And when I got the other bench, I was almost going to sell this, and then I realized, nope, I'm going to keep this one because it's light, it's easy to move. It's got a little handle here. You can grab it and pick it up, and it's easy to move around. All right. So that's why I've kept this. Love this bench. All right. So my next bench I have here is a Nautilus bench, all right, and it's an adjustable bench as well, and it came with both these attachments. Now I say it came with both these attachments because I scored this bench on Marketplace. All right, again, Marketplace is your friend. I swear to God, when you're building a home gym. When I bought it off the fella, he said he paid over $600 for it. All right, I went to a local place, fitness equipment provider here in my town, and for what you see here, they wanted to charge me $1,200, all right, before tax. Okay, they wanted $600 for the bench, and they wanted like $300 a piece for the attachments, you know. So I was willing to pay that almost, but my wife wasn't. Okay, so I just happened to luck out and found this on Marketplace for $145. Okay, I think he was asking $200, and I just gave him an offer, and he took it. Again, you know, and this thing is fantastic. All right, so they're real simple. They just slide on in. There's a couple of adjustment spots. Boom, it's in place. Okay, pull the release lever. That one can come up real simple. And then my leg attachment one drops in, all right? I put a little bit extra money to get it reupholstered, and I had a great guy in the area too that reupholstered it for me. That was a little pricier than I kind of expected, but the quality of craftsmanship was phenomenal, and he did exactly what I wanted above and beyond, okay? But yeah, so for $145, I got myself a kick-ass adjustable bench with attachments. One thing I want to add, looking for a bench, I wanted to get one that had the leg attachment. I wanted to be able to expand my leg workouts by being able to do leg curls and leg extensions. The Preacher is a bonus. I didn't think I would like it, but I do. I love it because I do cable Preachers off of that, which is fantastic. But what I like the most is the fact that I can remove both pieces and they're not impeding, and they're not in the way or anything like that when I'm doing other exercises. Because a lot of them out there, they'll have that fixed leg assembly piece on it and you can't move it. So I personally would think that it would get in the way. Okay, so when you're shopping for your benches, keep that in mind. I think this is an excellent addition to having a bench. It's an excellent option, having it being able to be removed. All right. Okay. So that was the benches. Forgot to mention, this thing's got wheels. So I usually just pick it up and I wheel it over into the corner out of the way. I'm gonna fabricate a little handle onto it, but I just pick it up and I roll it over here and tuck it out of the way. All right. That's what I love about this thing. Okay, so that's the benches. All right, next piece of equipment. I'm gonna talk to you about my barbells. All right, the barbell collection. Okay, so the first one I have there, that's a 7-foot Olympic bar. All right, it's the standard 28 millimeter bar for grip. It's got the excellent knurling on it. Okay, and that one was donated by a friend. Okay, so you can't get better than that. Right? That's why it's in the collection. I do use it a lot. All right. Next one is Synergy. All right. And it's the 25 millimeter bar. And it's just over 6 feet long, that one. Okay. For some reason, it's classified as a woman's bar. And I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. So I like that for doing certain other exercises like bent over rows. All right. The next bar, so get back to the Synergy. All right, got it on Amazon. I think it was like $269 and delivered to the house. Okay, packaging was fantastic. Cardboard, plastic, packing lube, you know, in great condition. So no rust or anything like that on it at all. And it's a fantastic bar, man. Really smooth. Got great knurling on it as well. Okay, and just for certain exercises, you know, especially like bend over rows, like I said, I like the smaller shaft on there, okay, and for barbell curls as well. All right, poke fun at me all you want, but personal preference, I like it. Okay, so the next one, that's a 5-foot bar, all right, and again, that's got the 28 millimeter. There's no knurling on that whatsoever. I think it's just really old, so it might be worn down. I painted it black because it was in rough shape. Just put some rust paint on there. But I got it with like 100 pounds of free weights. Okay. And I paid like $115. Or sorry, $150. I paid $150. And it was like marketplace find again. Another great marketplace find. I think he was asking $200, offer him $150. Boom. There you go. All right. The next, the Easy Curl Bar. Another Amazon find, $109, I think. And that's a Synergy brand as well. So great bar, love it. All right. I use that one for, obviously for Preacher curls. I use it for standing curls. And I like this a lot for, you've seen in my videos, doing the seated calf raises. Because that bend sits right in the knee pockets, just right above the knees there on the quads. Nice and without moving all over the place. So that was another good score for just over $100. And again, Amazon Prime, didn't cost much to get it to the house. All right. The last one, my Hex Bar. Well, another one that doesn't get any better. It was basically donated. Friend of mine owned it. It was chrome and it'd been sitting in his basement where the humidity got to it and the chrome was flaking. Brought it home. He asked me for a $20 Timmy card. So I was like, you know what? I can afford to give you a $40 Tim card on that one, man. And I didn't want to go any higher because I knew he wouldn't accept it. That's the type of friend he is. So got this one from my friend. Awesome. I love it. Brought it home, took the sander to it, cleaned it up, got rid of all the flaking, the chrome flake, and then taped it up and put some more and just spray bombed rust paint on it. You know, give it the clean, you know, office look. All right. So that's the barbell collection. All right, just a quick mention. I got a barbell holder here that I just secured to a piece of plywood and mounted it onto the beam here, just in the gym, okay? Excellent storage idea if you don't have a lot of space, all right? And I like how it's vertically storing them because, again, my walls are covered in everything under the sun here. So, great idea. Another Amazon find. Depending on so many different variations of these on there, wide variety of prices, okay? But not expensive, 20, 30 bucks, something like that. Okay, so again, barbell storage. All right, so next, I'll talk about the floor real quick, all right? I shopped around quite a while to find flooring. This isn't interlocking, which doesn't bother me, but they shift unless, because I don't have it completely fitted in the room. If you look over here, you can see there's probably a 5-inch gap along that wall over there. So all that does is allow them to move slightly, but not a lot. I just give it a kick, it's back in place, all right? Anyway, they're 3/4 inch thick. They're 3 feet by 4 feet.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, bud. And very durable, okay? Very durable, all right? Picked these up at Princess Auto, and I believe Princess Auto gets them in once or twice a year at some sort of crazy sale. So I think they were, don't quote me, but it might have been like $35 for one or $15. I can't remember. Sorry, I apologize. But it was Princess Auto, crazy cheap compared to getting horse mats or which was probably my next go-to, which were $75 for 6x4. Same thickness, okay? Say hi, guys. And that's Scout. Always got to come and say hi. Hi, Scout. Yeah. Piper. Want to say hi too? Yeah, get up there. Yeah, come on, Piper. There's Piper. Piper and Scout. Anyway, so yeah, the horse mats were my next option until I found, or were my first option until I found these. And these were more affordable for the size and the price wise. You get interlocking, you're gonna spend some more money. The cheapest interlocking I could find, I think, was Walmart Canada online. And for this area, which is 12 by 18, it would have cost me $500, okay, for the interlocking squares. And they were like 6 mil, something like that. So not even half as thick as these. Yeah, it would have been sufficient, but I think for all these, I might have paid 200 bucks, you know, and so I've got 12 of them here. I paid a couple $100. So yeah, it might have been, I can't remember the price again. You know, I apologize, sorry. That's a veteran memory for you, right? Always forgetting shit. Anyway, yeah, that's the mats. I love them. They're rock solid. And I've had them for a year and a half and they're holding up fine. Yeah, cheers. All right, so the next I'm going to talk to you about is some of the accessories I've purchased over the time here. So I'll start with the bands. The bands, again, is by Synergy, and they came in the set of 4. And I've done, majority of the use I get from this is using the black or the blue one and for doing my chin-ups or pull-ups, okay? I love strapping that to the top of the cage and using that to assist me in my pull-ups, all right? And I still use it to this day because it takes that, it lightens the load and allows me to get a better workout from doing proper chin-ups and focusing on form, okay? So they were a great deal. Another Amazon find. Actually, if you look at everything here was Amazon, but I'll get to that. They were under $30, okay? Another Amazon find, great. All right, so the next one, these are called Power Guidance, And these are simple barbell clips, and they work great, all right? But people have complained about them because they can still slide, but unless you turn the fucking bar vertically, they're not going anywhere, all right? So those were under $20 for the set, okay? Another great Amazon find. All right, moving on. I got wrist straps here, Iron Bull strength, okay? Another Amazon find, again, like everything here, sorry. These are great. I use them every workout, just to provide a little bit of stability in the wrist, for the wrist joint, all right, when I'm doing presses, okay? I believe they were also under $20, all right? My wrist wraps, they are Synergy. I also have a set that's still over on the hangers there of wrist wraps that came with it. So it was a combo set, the wrist wraps and wrist lifting straps. I think the set were under $30, all right? I use the lifting straps, deadlifts, any heavy shrugs, that kind of thing, all right? Go over here, and no, it's not a squatting neck pad, okay? I know people don't like that. People do use them for squatting, but this Iron Bull strength barbell pad is for, you know, when the wife's gonna do her thrusters, all right? And that, again, under $30. Everything here is pretty inexpensive, okay? The next one though, probably the most expensive of all I got on Amazon out of my accessories. 3 of these, I think it was the straight bar, the angled bar, and the close grip was a combination kit. I think it was like 89 bucks. I really like this one because it rotates, it pivots, all right? Which is good for when you're doing press downs and curls, because if it doesn't spin like that, you'll understand what I mean. It makes it very difficult to conduct the movement. The single arm pulley, I really wish I've gotten 2. Only bought 1 at the time because my last cage was only a single cable machine. That one I believe was in the $20 range, $20 to $30 range again. So great accessories, all these. And I didn't paint these, they came black. Love the black, you know. So lastly, my weight belt, RDX brand. Am I a fan between the nylon and the leather? I have no preference. The price was right for this. I think it was like $37. And it works. You know, it helps me when I'm doing RDLs, helps when I'm doing deadlifts, helps when I'm doing squats, okay, and bent over rows. So yeah, again, affordable, and honestly, these are all great kind of must-haves for your gym, right? To help, you know, just make everything that much more of a positive workout, all right? So things to keep in mind when you're going accessories, but all of it was Amazon. You can shop till your head explodes to find the best deal. I just always make sure I find something on Prime in case I don't like it. I have that option of returning it right away with no hassles. And usually 9.9 times out of 10, I've had free returns. All right, there you go. Well, over here at my accessory wall, as you can see, I've got everything just kind of hanging on little metal hooks. All the metal hooks picked up at the local dollar store, you know, just easy storage. All right, just another something to keep in mind for all your accessories. Having them organized is gonna keep you on track and focused on your workout at the time. All right, so saving the best for last, Mr. Monster. Yes, I know I keep mentioning it, but that's because it's awesome. All right, this thing is a jack of all trades, master of everything. All right, I did a ton of research before buying this bad boy. The rack I had before, actually before I even kicked off the YouTube channel, the rack I was using back when it was just the Facebook group, that was a Synergy rack, which had just a single pulley system in the rear. It had safety bars, had J-cups, and it was a great rack, great starting rack for the home gym. And that was, it run around the 1100 price range. I'd actually made cable crossover attachment for it, which was just a fence, steel pipe for fencing with some ropes and pulleys and an attachment for weights. And it served its purpose. Granted, you know, I loved that machine too, but this is just taking my workouts to a whole other level, all right? So I'm gonna start top to bottom, okay? First off, Befitnow is the company, Canadian company, designed, I believe it's made overseas somewhere, but still, Canadian designed, company in Ontario, okay? And they put a lot of thought into this, man, because this thing is fantastic, all right? So I'll start at the top, okay? You got an excellent chin-up pull-up bar, a great variety of handles and angles you want to use for all the different chin-ups and pull-ups that you want to do, okay? Very targeting, very specific parts of your back, okay? Con, it had this foam rubber handles just on the ends. I felt like they were slipping, and I like a more solid grip. So I just took them off and I use hockey tape, okay, for myself. Hockey tape, it's got grip and I get a solid feel, okay? So, but very excellent set of chin-up bars, you know, with your variety of different handles there, okay? Again, starting at the top, okay, so working our way down. All right, so on either side, you've got adjustable cables, okay? So these cables, through a very simple operation, pull the trigger and they just slide, okay? Same thing, pull the trigger, just slides up, all right? So great for doing your various cable crossover exercises. So I had a video not too long ago with doing the high, the mid, the low cable crossovers. Awesome for doing that. What they are connected to is an actual stack, which I'll show you in a minute, which also has add-on bars for additional weight. Very awesome, okay? But so they've got laser cut numbers. Here, where are they? There you are. See if you can see that. See that well? So the numbers are laser cut into the steel, all right? The chrome plated steel here, the guides, all right? So very easy to know what setting you have the other side on when you're adjusting them. And very easy to go, okay, what was I on last time I did that? Oh, I was on 8. Boom, on 8, all right? Awesome, love it, all right? All right, so at the rear, okay, at the rear, we have another high cable pulley, all right? This is where I like to do my lat pull downs, all right? And it's got a cable machine at the rear, which is just plate loaded, all right? So I use the 2-inch Olympic plates for that, okay? Because the other 2 cables are stack loaded, all right? Yeah, so again, that is basically just my lat pull down spot I use on the cage, okay? Getting back to the cables, came with 2 handles, okay? It came with a lat pull down bar, all right? And it came with a rope attachment as well, all right? And yeah, I believe those are the only accessories or like attachments that I had, okay? All right. All right, so we're rolling. All right, so next thing I'll talk about here is it's got a Smith machine. And this thing is smooth, man, like smooth. It doesn't catch, it's not uneven or anything like that. That thing glides up and down vertically very well, all right? Very impressed with this. I was probably the thing I was most concerned about making a purchase this substantial is that the Smith machine wasn't gonna own up to what my expectations were. And I can say from the moment I used it, I've been just ecstatic how great it is. Okay, and especially for someone like myself with injuries, that is a piece of equipment that takes away a lot of peace of mind, all right? Or takes away a lot of concerns and gives me some peace of mind, all right? So what you can see here, another attachment, and it just simply with U-bolts, this is the leg press attachment, okay? So it just attaches to the bar itself, and all you're gonna do is lay on the floor, and press. It's that simple. Here, I'll give you a quick demo. All right, see if I can get my old ass underneath here. All right, Shannon was using it. Okay, so there you have it. And it's just simply pressing up and down. All right, and you can hear how well that glides. All right, you know, you even want to throw in some single leg presses there. And this is what I mean about how well this thing glides. Normally, if you're pushing on something on glides like this, you have to have 2 points of even contact for it to slide straight and true. For this, just one leg, right? Let's see how smooth that is. Like, again, I'm just ecstatic about how great that piece of equipment is for the cage, man. I love it, okay? Just awesome. So one small point I didn't show you is on the Smith machine. We press this up, get that out of the way. You can see we've got a spring-loaded stopper here and adjustable safety bars that can go anywhere up and down the machine to make your life a lot easier and safer, okay? What I like about this is, one, simply doing the leg press. I adjust these at a certain height so I can get my ass underneath here and then start doing my presses. And then I know if I get to a point where I'm to failure, I set them down on the springs and I'm good to get out. Okay, I'm not getting crushed to death, right? And the same thing goes for doing Smith machine presses. You adjust them to that proper height, so if you can't press anymore, you're able to come down just a little bit more and safely put them there so you can slide your ass out, all right? So another great feature that Befit did here, adding these safety bars. And these are sturdy, you know, like 1/4-inch pieces of steel here, all right? So very rugged built, very rugged this thing is made, man. I love it. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it until you all buy one. Just kidding, but it is, it's fantastic. Okay, so on the other side of the cage, across from where the landmine is, we have another, what we have is some foot plates here. And this is for when you're taking your cable crossover on the left side of the cage. You bring it all the way down to the bottom. You've got another spot where you can do low point pulleys, all right, or low point cable workouts, all right? So the seated rows. I like to do mine out here instead of sitting in the machine. The great thing about this is that it's attached to the stacks, one of the stacks, all right? So I've got up to 220 pounds on there, which I'm gonna show you here in a second. And then it's also got plate added storage as well. So you can even go beyond, all right? So another excellent option, or addition, I should say. Okay, so here we have the stacks, all right? It came with 12 plates at 11 pounds a piece. 12, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 came with a total of 12 plates. They're all 11 pounds a piece. All right. You have an option to upgrade to 220 or 264, I believe it is. Okay. So I've upgraded to 220. They're on their way. Can't wait to get them. And then you can see here on both sides, you can add additional plates. But what I like about this most is because these are 11 pounds each, if you can't do the 11-pound jump to the next one, but this one just seems to be not quite hitting it as heavy as you need it, you can add your 2.5s on either side to get that additional 5. Or you could throw a 5 on this side and a 2.5 on that side to get you 7.5 additional pounds. If you have fractional plates, you can throw on a little more weight, all right? To get you between or anywhere in that next 11-pound jump, all right? So again, I love the fact that this thing comes with stacks, and I'm really looking forward to the 220-pound additional plates, okay? The additional plates to bring it to 220, all right? The only thing I can really critique the cage for is the Smith bar. Obviously it's hard fixed. You're not removing it. So if you have it as high up as it goes and you're a tall person like me, I'm 6 foot, you gotta be careful if you're going to use the rear cable attachment on the machine to just be aware you're not knocking yourself in the head, okay? You can put it all the way down and step over it, but then again, it's a tripping hazard. You just have to be aware of it, all right? So be aware of that at all times. If you have a Smith attachment, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. All right. So next thing we're going to go on to is the rear attachment on this thing, and it's got a great feature here you're gonna love. Okay. And this is the leg attachment, or sorry, the knee pads for the legs. You can see how easy that is. It's just a release pin, and what you do is when you're in here on your bench, and you're going to be doing the lat pull-ons, the high pulleys, you know, you're sitting on your bench, you adjust this so that it's pressed against your knees, and then just like machines at the gym, this thing is holding you in place so that if you're doing your heavy pulls, it's not lifting you up off the bench or off your chair or stool, wherever the case may be, okay? So awesome, Befit. Put some good thought into this. This is an excellent attachment. Love it, all right? So pin it up out of the way, and then you can get back. We have another low pulley right here, okay? So great, big, huge foot pads. You know, I love how they got these massive rubber stoppers on all the cables, okay? Only thing is, I guess the second critique. They had a metal cap on the end here. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be fixed to the rubber stopper, but what I found is that it was loose, and then it was causing a little bit of friction on some of the poles at certain angles. So just a strip of hockey tape strapped around there, and now I have no problems, okay? So I'm not even complaining about it, just something maybe they should look into in the future, all right? All right. Talk about the Smith machine, just bump my damn head on it. No problems. All right, so just moving on up. 3 little hooks here, rubber coated, just for hanging accessories, all right? Just another, you know, most cages kind of have that kind of thing going on. For me, it's not a deal breaker. I like the only thing I use this for is I'll hang my rubber bands, on it, and the single handles, I'll hang them off the front one here, just whenever I'm not using them on the cable crossover machine at the front of this cage, okay? Yeah. All right, so another attachment that Befit is added into at no cost with the cage is your dip bars / knee lift bars, whatever you want to call them, all right? Again, check out the construction on this thing. Check out the manufacturing on this thing. Massive handles to support yourself. Thick ass pad to take the weight of your body, and it's not excruciating. The steel on this is fantastic. Look, 1/4 inch steel to make this thing rugged as hell. And they pop into place, easy peasy, all right? Wait, wrong way. They pop into place, easy peasy. Still not the wrong height. Anyway, you get the gist of how easy these things are to mount to the cage, all right? Yeah, so for doing dips and doing knee lifts, or whatever you want to call them, leg lifts, knee lifts, okay? Great attachments, man. Great, very rugged, very sturdy, okay? I like it. Anyway, what we have here is another attachment to hold you in place, I guess, when you're doing high pulleys, okay? So that there, you're gonna bring it down here. All right, there you go. Okay, so you have one here that mounts it to the J-cup, and then the other one here is gonna be mounting it for the desired height that you want it at. So there's one there, another one there, and there is a total of 4 different adjustments on that, okay? All right, so after having a quick look after editing the videos, I realized I forgot a couple items. So one was showing you the landmine attachment, okay? Rugged as hell, bolted securely to the frame of the cage, and just, it's got its bearings inside, so this makes the operation of this very smooth, and it's got a plastic sleeve inside, so it's not marring the hell out of your bar when you're using it in here. You know, so for instance, my last cage didn't have this, and I just felt a little uneasy sliding the bar in and out of there, that it was just that metal on metal. It wasn't a great feeling. Anyway, great attachment, used it several times already. And again, just rugged as hell. You know, various exercises you can perform on that. All right, next thing I forgot to show you was real kick-ass set of safety bars on here for when you're doing exercises outside the cage, you know, squats, bench pressing, right? Got a great rugged rubber coating across the top, again, not marring your bar when you're putting it down or whatever, you know, and easily adjusted, you know, just like J cups or whatever, and which I'll show you as well. So the J cups as well, very sturdy, very rugged, very solid. And I'll show you the other one here. This was where I was showing you the leg attachment, the leg support attachment would attach to this one here. Again, these are always a great addition, a must-have for any cage, okay? Some of them, the ones I had on my last cage didn't have the rubber coating, so I really appreciate that they put this rubber on here to protect the hardware, right? And not beating the hell out of it, all right? So one other thing I didn't show you was the rear pulley system, okay? So like I said earlier in the video, this is just plate loaded, and this thing glides really well, okay? They've got great cable attachments that secure really good in place. And this thing glides just as nice as the Smith machine does, all right? So, love it a lot. And yeah, I think that was it that I forgot to show you on the cage. Yeah, okay. The low pulley on the outside, I think another reason why I really like this is because the low pulley on the inside is great for doing seated rows. Well, I like doing my preacher curl cable curls from the exterior one here. That's a great spot for rolling the bench up with the preacher attachment and hitting preacher curls there with the cables. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna just quickly edit this in just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay. Cheers. So again, I got the rack, the cage, Mr. Monster, was from Befitnow Canada, all right? Purchased it online, $28.99, all right? It was, I think, $300 off. Still right now, the sale is on. Good customer service. There was a little bit of a backlog, so I had to be patient getting it. But no fault of their own. Okay, that's just the world market at its best right now. Took me 2 hours to put together, a little bit longer to run the cables. Ran into just a little snag there, but nothing major. But was no problem whatsoever to put this thing together. But you've seen in the videos, I love this thing. This thing, it's the heartbeat of the office, okay? I can get so much done on just this machine. It's awesome, awesome. And if safety's a factor, well, you know, working with cables makes things a little safer, all right? Than hurling around free weights all the time. And if it's injuries you're worried about, cables are a safe way to do exercises, you know, without worrying about, you know, further hurting yourself like you can with barbells and dumbbells. Again, knowledge of your movements obviously takes precedent. But yeah, again, love this thing. I got another set of attachments coming soon that I also purchased from Befitnow, and they're the urethane handles, the set of 5 different handles for doing all your pulling movements. All right, I'll do a quick video on that once they arrive. Okay. Right on. Anyway, Mr. Monster, love it. All right, so kettlebells, yeah, the 2 here, I got 45 and 30. These are both Amazon finds as well. I can't recall the prices, but I think 45 was like maybe $69 and the 30 was in the $40 to $50 range. Great additions to the home gym, you know, for doing, like if you're doing a freestanding squat, but you want a little weight, holding a kettlebell is a great option. All right. But yeah, I think a must have for every home gym, you know, again, Amazon. All right. Some more of my free weights here, my free plates. These are all 2-inch Olympic size plates. All right. 10s, 5s, and 2.5s. Okay.
I even got fractional ones here just for the, you know, not necessary, but sometimes if you're doing certain like tricep press downs or tricep extensions, getting this little bit of difference can really affect that killer burn and an awesome workout. All right. So they were inexpensive. These were Amazon. Again, Synergy. Just tend to steer towards that brand on Amazon because they got a lot of good quality stuff that's affordable. Okay, so remember that name, Synergy. All right. These three plates here, I got 4 of the 2.5s, 2 5s, and 4 10s. I told you before talking about barbells, that 5-foot barbell I had, all those weights came with it, with the barbell. So we got 40, 50, 60 pounds of weights plus the barbell. Great to have, you know, for the cable machine there, all right? And for doing, you know, the arm curls and barbell curls and stuff like that, all right? Anyway, the storage, again, $20 in steel, and just quickly welded 1/2-inch steel rod on a piece of flat bar. Great organization component to the gym, man, when you got limited space, all right? They're out of the way, easily accessible, easily identified as to what's what and where it is, okay? So, love it, yeah. All right, so we're getting to the end of the line here with the gym. Only things left to add is stuff like the mirrors. Mirrors, I think they're a 5 foot by 2.5 feet, $40, $50 at Canadian Tire. You know, mirrors are not cheap. I went to a glass shop and I was gonna buy the huge full-size mirrors. Well, I was looking 200 plus for, I think like a 6 foot by 3 foot for 200, and that was like $250 or something like that before tax. So for 40, 50 bucks, I think it was, I got 2 mirrors, which is about all the space I got here. I probably could remove the flag and the stuff down there, but not really a useful wall for mirrors. I'm not really getting the benefit of having mirrors down there. The whatever it takes, all right? The mantra, all right? That I made myself. I had scrap plywood and I just traced out letters, cut them out with a jigsaw, threw on some spray paint, threw them on the wall. You know, it reminds me all the time, what am I doing? I'm doing whatever it takes, all right? Not just for me, for my family, right? Always. And why? Because a healthy body, healthy mind. Yeah. All right. I got the Body Solid clock there from a local fitness shop, $25. You know, not a must-have, but it's nice to have a clock in the gym. I think more for my wife because she works out first thing in the morning, so it's kind of telling her, hey, you know, it's getting close for you time to shower and get ready for work, right? Having a whiteboard, I think, is a great necessity, a great addition. Whiteboard, I think that was another freebie from our friend. Last thing I'll mention here, this is a simple hanger from the dollar store running at $3, $4. Splashed on some black paint, and hidden underneath the shelf here is a great spot to put the wife's yoga mat, you know, and barbell pad. Okay, so another very simple storage idea. Okay, very simple storage idea that just gets it off the floor, out of the way, and it's always there. She always knows exactly where to look to find it. My wife's got all sorts of stuff on there, same as the kids. And then the little shelf there for all our doodads, you know, keeping the phone there or whatever. I got my elbow wraps, knee wraps, always sitting there whenever I need them for certain exercises. All my Invictus swag, Soldier On stuff, that's just stuff that drives me. That's stuff that motivates me. That's stuff that reminds me why I'm in here, okay? The posters over here in the corner, I bought these just basically for the kids. You know, if they want to come down and you know, and I do remind them this is not a playroom. This place is a business, all right? So they get that. But this is a board for them to reference and say, hey, I'm gonna try barbell curls. Or hey, I'm gonna try, you know,
bent over rows or whatever, okay? So it's just a training aid for the kids, essentially, all right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, you know? I got, you know, the Helper Heroes. That's the Brits version of Soldier On, okay? And then I've got some of my military swag here as a reminder of, you know, why we're here and what I'm doing, okay? And beauty, probably the best thing about the home gym is the half wall, all right? The half wall. Because I could sit in here with the tunes cranked and I could throw a game on the tube and I can enjoy a game, baseball, hockey, whatever, while I'm smashing out a workout, you know? And then more importantly, it makes the place feel open and not so enclosed and not so tight, all right? Not so suffocating, all right? So, yeah. It used to be a pool table room, and that pool table turned into a folding rack for the clothes most of the time, but also a Christmas present wrapping table at Christmas time. So it was the wife made the decision, not the decision, she made the suggestion, hey, how about we sell the pool? Before she got out of her mouth, I was like, let's do it. Yeah, gone. I love the pool table, don't get me wrong, it was fantastic, but we just weren't using it enough. Since we put the gym in here, besides going on vacation, this gym has been used every single day for the past year and a half that we started building it, sorry. And, you know, I love it. I love it. Some people say they need that gym atmosphere. I get that too, I do. But working out at home, as much harder as it could be to discipline yourself and be consistent, I think because I put so much love and passion into this is why I want to be in here all the time, right? So that's why I invested in Mr. Monster. You know, as great as the last cage was, Mr. Monster is just added so much more drive of me coming down here and saying it's time to go to work, all right? So with all that, I hope you found all the information helpful. I hope it gave you some great ideas to put in your gym. If you want to leave me some comments and say, hey man, have you thought of this? Send it to me, because I'm open to some ideas. My wife always says, when does it end? I said, never. Never ends. This thing is going to grow and, you know, and change all the time. Things are coming and going. That's how it works. All right. And I've seen other gym guys' reviews, and that's what they say. They say, buy used and old equipment and new equipment all the time. Keep finding the stuff that works for you. If you have to sell it, sell it. You know, learn from your mistakes and let your gym grow, right? You know, have it become an awesome shrine to you, all right? And I hope you out there love your home gyms as much as I love mine, all right? And that's why it's the office, because I love going to work. Okay, everybody, Corey Noel, the veteran trainer. I hope this was helpful. You like it, subscribe, and share it. You know, let's help people build their home gyms and get their lives back, all right? Cheers.